A mobile version of the book Sasol, Birds of Southern Africa has been developed by South African software experts, My Digital Earth. The Sasol eBIRDS application is unique in that it has a smart search function that allows users to easily identify a bird by location, beak shape, bird size, bird color, habitat, as well as bird calls.
It was developed in 2004 initially, and at the time it was a world first. Essentially, we've taken the digital print, the print media, and we've digitized this and we've distributed amongst multiple platforms, being Apple iPhone, Google Android, the BlackBerry operating system, the Nokia operating system, and essentially we've turned it into an application that one can purchase through the various app stores online. You can download it over the air, so it's instant gratification. It ends up on your device and you're up and running and using it within minutes.
Sasol has a publishing program where they support various publishing houses with field guides in bird books, which would assist people in doing their hobby. Sasol decided to migrate what was in a book onto an electronic platform.
20 years ago, Sasol decided to choose birding as its particular emphasis in environmental sponsorships. And what we hope to do through this is to educate the public about the need for birds to survive in their habitats, and also just promote conservation of them amongst all cultures.
Jeff Lockwood is a member of most bird clubs around South Africa and has been a member of BirdLife South Africa for over 30 years. We asked him what this technology means for the birdwatching enthusiast.
I think the nice thing about it is that it actually trains you to look at birds properly. When we start, we see a bird with a bit of bright color, we get excited, we buy a bird book or we borrow somebody's book and we start paging from page 1 all the way through to the back, and hopefully we see something that looks familiar. That takes you through some of the bright colored stuff but doesn't help you identify birds properly. Now, these kind of technologies force you to look at birds in detail. You need to look at that bill, you need to look at the size of the bird. And then those smart searches are fantastic because they weed out all the impossible stuff and leave you hopefully with just a handful of things that it could be. And then you've got the comparison between those birds that you can actually scroll through, go backwards and forwards, have a look again at possibly some fine detail, and then you come up with a much better chance of a good answer.
But would you whip out the book before the cell phone to identify a bird?
Interesting. I think if I was traveling, more likely to be the cell phone, simply because having all that information in a small portable format means that you've got room to carry other stuff as well. You know, I often do trips where weight is a critical issue, and having 3 or 4 different field guides is a mission. You can't do it. So having everything on a little card is fantastic. I mean, that's one of the nicest things for me.
Although this technology might make life much more convenient for birdwatching, it begs to ask the question whether or not this technology will ever make birdwatching books obsolete.
No, I don't think this technology will never make birding books obsolete. We're busy producing the 4th edition of Sasol Birds, and I think they've sold more than 250,000 copies across the first 3 editions. You've got to understand a birder. A birder will buy any book. There's a joke in England, they say they've got 150 species and 300 bird books. South Africa's got 950 species of bird, but probably about 30, 40 good bird books. And things move on, but the purist will always go back to his book.